How the heck are you, everybody? And welcome back to Ethereia Restart. I say welcome back because if you didn't know, I was playing on the open beta, the final test as they called it, that ended just a couple weeks ago. However, now the real hype begins. The game is officially launching 5 days after this video comes out, and I sincerely could not be more excited. Anyone that watched me live stream this game during the open beta or has seen my other videos, I sincerely can't believe how much I like this game. I'm privileged to be sponsored by the game, so if you want to pre-register, use my link in the description and the top pinned comment and get all the amazing freebies that come with that. We'll discuss it in the video, but frankly, I've never dove as deeply into a sponsored game as immediately as I did with this because I am head over heels for it. I am so ready, and I want to make sure you are ready too. So this video is spreading the word. It's coming June 5th in 5 days, but also laying the foundation for what you should do that very first day, particularly when it comes to starting the right account. So what do I mean by the right account? Well, Ethereia Restart has a very, very strong summoning system that is very generous. And if you are willing to take a little bit of time, you can guarantee yourself a phenomenal start. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about rerolling. Rerolling is where you keep restarting accounts until you get the start you want. And because this game currently has such a limited character pool, and it does give you the opportunity to get some of the strongest, rarest characters right off the bat for free from totally normal summoning currency, it is an opportunity you will not want to let slip through your fingers. So I'm not one that rerolls in every game I play, but when a reroll is this easy and it is this strong, and that's what we're getting with Ethereia Restart when it launches globally on June 5th, I think it's an absolute must. So what should you do that first day? I will be live streaming that first day basically the entire day. It'll be at least 5 or 6 hours, but depending on how my rerolling goes, it could be a lot longer than that, and I'm willing to take the time to do it. Because it is quick, it's easy, and you can get a ton of summons in a very short amount of time, so you can keep doing it over and over and over, hunting for that perfect start. Basically, this video will be how to approach day one. If you want to know who to reroll for, that video will be tomorrow. I'll briefly cover in this. And then if you want to know all the very tight specifics on how to reroll, I will have a very short, very clear, complete information guide in just a couple days. But right now, we have to focus on why you should do it and how you can get hyped up about it and just be prepared. So first things first, how long does this process take? As you can see here, it took me about exactly 17 and a half minutes, but this was my first time speeding through it. Obviously, you're going to get smoother and faster as you go. I think without a doubt, players will be able to do this in 15 to 16 minutes. Just for simplicity, let's call it 15 minutes. That means you can do 4 rerolls an hour. What does that reroll get you? Well, by the time you follow all the perfect steps I will lay out in my reroll guide in a couple days, and I will lay out very quickly here, you will have at least 60 summons ready to go. And with those 60 summons, you have a lot of chances to hit what you are looking for. So why is it 17 and a half minutes or 15 minutes or whatever it's going to be? You cannot access your mail. So over here, you can see this little email box. This is inaccessible until you've completed all of Chapter 1. You need to beat Chapter 1, Part 3, and it takes a little bit of time. I really think people will get it in 14, 15, 16 minutes. Just took me a moment. But as soon as you've done that, you can access the mail. That's important because that's how you're going to claim the rewards from your redeem codes. And after those 17 and a half minutes, you will be good to go with at least 60 summons to use. So let's go through it now, lightning quick. How can you get all the summons that you need? Well, first things first, where are you summoning? That summoning will take place in the summoning portal, and you go to the permanent summoning banner. You could do it other ways, but in my opinion, this is by a mile the place to do it. And that's because our reroll targets, if you want to be as min-maxy as possible, will be these legendary quality, aka SSR, light dark units. These are neutral affinity units. They're completely busted. All 5 of them are amazing, and I told you I'd quickly tell you who to hunt for. In my opinion, any of these 5 except for Shadow Sonia, so Messiah, Doki Doki, Heinrich, and Lily are all 1,000,000% worth it. And frankly, even if you got Shadow Sonia, she's still really good. I just don't think she's as good at the start. She's a little more niche. She's like a dot damage exploder. There's a purpose for it. It's just not as valuable as the rest, in my opinion. But if you could get any of these, I think that is just a perfect start. And I'll just tell you, I think Heinrich is the best. then I'd say any of Messiah, Doki Doki, and Lily is phenomenal. For initial progression and PvP, Messiah is just a home run, but our girls Doki Doki and Lily are just phenomenal too. If you want to be a little looser with your reroll, you can also go for the affinity units, the non-LD units, and there are some amazing ones as well. It's all up to how patient you're willing to be, because yeah, this could take 4, 8, 20 tries. It depends on how unlucky you are. But I think for most players, you'll get what you're looking for in 8 to 10 tries, which is like 2 to 3 hours. That's infinitely better than so many games. So how are you going to go about getting these at least 60 summons? And why am I saying at least 60? Well, let me take you through it. First off, in the tutorial itself, there will be a scripted 10 pull. They provide the currency. They make sure you do it. However, that scripted 10 pull, the result is not scripted. Your very first summon, which I'm not counting in this whole thing, is scripted, and it is guaranteed to be Leon over here. Nothing you can do about that. However, the next 10 scripted pulls, it's scripted that you have to do them, but who you get, that is random. So the luck can start right out of the gate. And actually, on this creator account I'm on now on the test server, it did. My first pull was Rosa. And that 10 pull, I got Rosa, I got Shocky the Echo, who's one of the 3 or 4 best epic SR units in the game, and I also got Rin the Unbowed. So right off the bat, during the tutorial, that first 10 pull can just be game changing. It honestly could. You could be pulling Messiah or Heinrich right from that first 10 pull. So that's your first 10 pulls right there. Next up, once you have cleared chapter 1, you'll get some goodies. And also, in all the chapters in this game, there's a lot of overworld exploring action, and there are special chests. Chapter 1 has a chest, which you'll see in the reroll guide when I do it, and that gives you 3 summons. So the completion alone, plus that 1 gold chest, is going to bring you to 4 summons. So you can see I'm at 4 summons right here. Next up, in the shop, there is a free summon waiting for you. You go here, and there is the new aid gift. That brings you to 5, so you got 5 standard summons now. While you're here, you can notice in the weekly pack that you can get these discounted 10 standard summons for only 800 of the premium currency, 800 Hydra crystals. The basic stuff will get you to 750, but there is more to claim. I was waiting to do it with you guys in this video. If you go to achievements and click through all this stuff, you're going to find a couple. So we can click through this quickly. There you go. There's another 30. Let's keep clicking just while we're here, even though we don't need it. There is the next 30. And once you know it, that brings us to 810. There were 50 others I got earlier, and I want to make sure you guys get them so you don't get stuck at 760. If you go to event and you go over here to where it says competition starts, there's going to be a red dot here on where it says watch. That's right behind me. There'll be a red dot. Once you click that, you can instantly click out of the video. It pops up, and you will get another 50 of the premium currency. So that gives you the 800 that you need to go get the discounted 10 pull from the shop with the weekly pack. So let's snag that now. So at this point, you're looking pretty good. There's still 5 more to claim, though. If you go to your daily login, we can go to event, and then we'll go to our 7-day check-in. You'll see every day you're getting 5 summons, so claim that. Now you're up to 21. You're looking in pretty good shape. Throwing the 10 pull you already did in the tutorial without doing any codes, without getting any special rewards outside of the game, you've already gotten 31 summons. Where are the next 30 coming from? Well, first off, by pre-registering, though this has already been achieved, we were all working towards a pre-registration rewards goal. Now that it's been hit, every new account is going to be gifted these pre-registration rewards. If we look at reward number 2 here, wouldn't you know it, that is a 10 pull. That brings us to 41. It gets even better though. They've already announced an opening day promo code. Let me pop that open. And now you can see this one on the bottom, Ethereia 0605, aka June the 5th. This will be active when the game launches. This is going to be another 10 pull. Now we are at 51 summons. It has also been confirmed there would be a lot of other good codes like we had on the open beta, like the final test. If you look above these top 3 codes, all of those were free 10 pulls that came on the open beta, and it's been confirmed we're going to get some other codes like this. So you can really count on at least 1 more 10 pull through codes. For that reason, I say you can get at least 60. It's possible they'll give us even more codes, or there'll be new launch events. That's why I say at least. I think it could be more, but you'll have 60 for sure. So what do you do then with those 60 or more amazing free summons for your reroll? Well, you head over to the summoning portal, you go to the permanent banner, and you let it rip. Why the permanent banner? Well, this is the place where you can spend your standard currency and still have a shot at getting light dark units. In other games, you need to exclusively use the light dark currency, like this you see over here, to get light darks. Here in Ethereia, you have a chance, though it is a lower chance, to still get the best light dark units in the game from your normal summoning currency. So you can see, I believe if you want to min-max this properly, this is what I'm going to do. You keep going and going and going until within those 60 plus free pulls they give you in those first 15 minutes or so, you snag yourself a Messiah, a Doki Doki, a Heinrich, or a Lily. This is what I think you should do if you want to widen your scope and you want to focus on someone like Tiamat, Real Mocha, any of those guys that are so fantastic. Beyondine, I mean, so many of these are so good. You can do that. But honestly, I think the power of these affinity neutral units in a very affinity-oriented game just cannot be matched. And I think the vast majority of players would regret not taking the 1, 2, 3, 4 hours to just chip away at this. I think most players, it's going to take you an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you will be cooking. But even if it takes longer, I think it's worth it. That's how I really think you should approach the first bit of day one. I will have another video once the game launches breaking down exactly how to efficiently use all your resources and expend your in-game energy or stamina, which in this game is called stability. There's a very optimal way to do that. Do not worry. However, it really just is about repeating those first 15 minutes over and over so you get that unbelievable start. Because let me tell you, starting with the Messiah, starting with the Heinrich, starting with Lily, it's just night and day. It really, really is. So there you have it, guys. If you can't tell, I'm freaking excited. I'm going to be covering it weekly and then some all the time on the channel. And I just can't wait to absolutely kick ass and have you guys kick ass too, because it's just going to be a blast, honestly. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you to Mitchell for editing this video. Share it with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.